What's going on, Titan Nation? Thank you for tuning in to the Two Tone Zone. I am your host, Mr. Two Tone, and as always, I'm here with my day one A1 D Weez. D Weez, say what up to Titan Nation, my brother.
What up?
What it do? What it do? Hey, folks. Hey, we got a very, very, very special guest in the building today. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in here in just 1 second, but just wanted to, just to make sure he knows that we're very grateful and thankful for him blessing our show with his presence today. And any Titans fan needs to know his name and know who he is. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring in entrepreneur, recording artist Harrison Wells. Harrison Wells, let's go, my man.
Let's go.
What's up,
guys? How's it going?
Oh, man, it's going good, man. And yourself, man? I see you over there in the icy white getting ready for the weekend.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Got you, man. We might have to put you in the game over there. You looking kind of swole, guy. About to put you in.
Third down. Put Harrison on third down. Let's go.
I'll be the receiving back. I don't have that running between the tackle frames.
Hey, we got the king for that, man. We got the king for that, man.
That's right.
Hey, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining the show, man. Hey, real quick, man. Tell the folks who you are, man, and where they can find you, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So Harrison Wells, and again, man, I appreciate y'all, reaching out, having me on the show. But yeah, Harrison Wells, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all your main streaming platforms. Just type that in, as well as Instagram, Harrison Wells. All my links are attached in that as well.
Right, and we also have his links attached in our description box as well. So go check him out, guys. And real Titans fans know who he is. He has a hit single called "Tighten Up," dedicated Tennessee Titans song. It should be the official song for the Tennessee Titans.
Right.
He definitely did his thing. Every time I hear the song, I get pumped up. I get my face paint. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to tighten up and go make the thing happen. So definitely go check this man out and definitely be lobbying for him to make sure that he gets the official Tennessee Titans song because he deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
Big facts. Big facts, man.
I remember he called me last year right when you dropped the song. He said, hey, go listen to this song right now.
Hey, that's love, man.
I'm tightening up right now, baby. Let's go.
Hey, we've been fans, man. We've been fans.
Big fans.
So, right on, man. We got a few people in the comment section right now. We got Chris Johnson as always. We got Mama Claudia. We got John Romero, my boy John. Let's see here. We got Jahir, and let's go ahead and put his comment up right here. So we have another fan of the song. So he says, "Oh, I love that song."
Oh yeah,
hey, love, man, love. Hey, I appreciate it.
Make sure you go to his YouTube channel and subscribe to his channel too, man. Show some love and support there. Please, hey, but guys, man, hey, without running away from the problem at hand, we have a big game this weekend. Week 17, a chance to win the AFC South. Guys, can we do it?
Oh, I believe 100%. I think the boys are going to step up. They know what's at stake. We hadn't won the division since 2008. I mean, that's 12 years. I think they know what's at stake. Our defense, our secondary is starting to get back healthy. So I think that's going to play a difference. And they were able to pass on us a lot. I think it was over 30 points each team scored in the first meeting, and I know we had to come from behind. So I think our defense knows what this test is about, and they're ready to get after it.
Right, for sure, man. It's definitely to me, it's a win or go home scenario. I don't want to play into what if they win, what if they lose? I don't want to play into that. We got to go in there with win or go home. If you guys want your season to end, you're gonna play like little Titans. You know what I mean? If you want to go on to the playoffs to make noise, we got to be big Titans. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Big facts, man. Absolutely. So let's talk about it real quick, man. We got some things that could potentially be icing on the cake for three of our guys. We have Derrick Henry could potentially get 2K in this game. He needs 223 yards. AJ Brown needs 76 yards to get to his 1,000-yard season. And Corey Davis needs about 55 yards to get to that 1,000-yard milestone. So, what's more important, guys? I mean, do you think you've seen these guys get their accolades and their awards, or us, dialing in, make sure we're focused and moving on to the playoffs, being AFC South champions?
My point of view, 100% AFC South champions, and I think all those AJ Brown, Corey Davis, and Derrick Henry would 100% agree as well.
Right.
Individual accolades are great, but postseason, I want to see us make another run like we did last year. I mean, that just, especially all this city's been through this year. I mean, that we need that. Like that would pick up the city's morale.
Morale, exactly. That's the word I was going to use. Morale. That's very key. They need all the love they can get. So all the love goes out to the 615. Nashville, Tennessee. Thoughts and prayers go out to everyone that's been affected by the pandemic and with this bombing and the tornado we were talking about earlier, Harrison. But I want to also give credit to Harrison Wells too, because he's also done some fundraising and had a lot of effort going towards families that have been affected by the pandemic. So want to just give him a shout out and just give him his roses there, because that's huge, man. Not a lot of people are taking the time to make sure they lend back a helping hand. So by you doing that, man, that says a lot about your character. Absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. Anything we can do, you got to help out the community, you got to help out the people and the fans, to stand behind you.
For sure, man. Absolutely. Let's talk about some issues that may be concerning for Titans fans. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Like, if you're Vrabel and you're Shane Bowen, like what is your game plan to stop Deshaun Watson, Brandon Cooks, and David Johnson? Because I mean, those are really the only guys on offense the Texans have is firepower. So if you're part of the coaching staff, how do you go about taking care of business and making sure that you at least keyword just contain these guys?
Man, I think.
Oh my bad, Harrison.
Go ahead. I don't know.
Hey, we might need a spy on that man.
Right.
Watson.
I 100% agree.
He extends the plays, and then if nobody's open, he's like, I'm gone. So I definitely think we need to figure out a scheme to make sure that we have a spy on Deshaun Watson while still being efficient, covering the receivers as well. I mean, they don't have their number one receiver Fuller no more. That's a plus for us already, right? So we need to focus in on Cooks a little bit stronger. But let's make sure we got a spy on that man, because if he starts breaking out and extending these plays and he doesn't feel any pressure, then it could be a shootout again. Who knows?
Right. He's a gunslinger, man. So shootout is key word. He's a gunslinger. This man's throwing for almost 4,500 yards.
Well, he's second in the league in passing.
It's crazy. And it's crazy how he's doing that with such little firepower.
I agree. And with our lack of a pass rush, we're going to have to keep a linebacker in there spying on him 100%. And I don't know if you heard them boys, I know they're eliminated from playoff contention, but they're coming out to play. Like earlier this week, I saw JJ Watt take he had some pretty harsh comments towards the locker room on just lack of effort. So I know them boys are going to come out and they're going to be ready to play. So it's definitely not going to be a cakewalk for sure.
For sure. I mean, and defensively, we can't sleep on them. I mean, they've produced over 32 sacks. They almost got 13 different players with sacks, and that's almost as many sacks as we have combined as a team. We only got 15. So, I mean, it's funny how sometimes the stats and the analytics don't really give you a full portrayal of a football team, right? You really got to just kind of just go out and watch them and just make sure you're watching film, man. So on paper, they're definitely not comparing to what they are on the field. They're going to come out and compete every single game.
Right.
I'm pretty sure most of their games have been close too, even though they lost. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they've been within 10-7 points.
Well, they could have beat us the first time too.
100%.
No, that is true. Yep. Romeo Cornell went for that too, and them not being able to convert went in our favor. So if they converted that, it would have been a different scenario. So
exactly.
Right, man. Whole different ball game. So who do you think is going to be so we have this thing on our show. It's called Two-Tone Player of the Game. We have our predictions prior to the games, and we have an offensive and defensive player. Who's your player on offense who you think is going to definitely be the star of the game, be the game changer, and be the most valuable asset? Who's your opinion on that, Harrison? We'll start 100%.
With you. Derrick Henry. We were kind of in this situation last year where it came down to the last game against Houston. Right. We were in Houston, and Derrick Henry went off for, I know he went over 200. I don't know exactly how much he rushed for, and that got us in the wild card spot or locked that down. So I'm going with him again. I think he's going to have another big game. They know what's at stake. They know what's on the line. You know, they work hard all year to get here. I don't see us folding over.
For sure. Week six, he put up 212 yards on him. You know,
Exactly.
so you know he he definitely has the capability to do it. We just got to make sure that our offensive line is giving him that push up front. You know, to make sure that those holes are opening up wide and he's seeing nothing but green. And that's one of like my biggest concerns. I know we haven't given up a lot of sacks this year. I think we've given up like 22 in total, but it's just when our offensive line is not, you know, getting that push, whether it's pass block or run block, you know, that poses problems, you know, especially for Tannehill. Him being that guy that likes to get the ball out quick, you know, he's a one-read kind of guy. You know, we got to make sure we're blocking. And there's been those pivotal times, you know, especially when Luwan went down, we were going through the phases with Sombrello, and now we got Questenberry. You know, so we got to expect that. You know, J.J. Watt, he's got five sacks right now. He's gonna be lining up on that left side, or on his side. Well, in his perception, it'll be right side, but it'll be our left side, right? So, I would like to see Jonnu be a factor in this game, man, but I think he's gonna have to sit back and protect. Unfortunately,
right? Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, double team that man, J.J. Watt at all costs.
Right.
Make sure you're bumping him before you release, and make sure you know hold him if you have to, man. That dude's
don't hold him,
man.
Don't hold him.
Hey, man, you gotta protect Tannehill, man. You gotta protect. I don't want Tannehill getting a scratch on himself this week, bro. I don't want to see nothing happen bad to Tannehill. We're gonna need that man for the playoffs. We're gonna need him full force.
Man, he doesn't get enough credit, man. I think he's the most underrated quarterback in the league.
For sure.
Definitely got snubbed on that Pro Bowl too.
100%, man. That's I 100% agree.
Tell me about that man's wheels, though. Like, he did that on national television, man. Like, and he just dipped out on everybody. In the snow, dipped out on everybody. You know,
looking man on the field,
looking like Forrest Gump. You know, my man was out.
He played receiver at Texas A&M in his early days before he switched to quarterback. See, he's always had his wheels.
Right. I mean, and so that's why, you know, Vrabel and J-Rob, that's why they brought him in. You know, he was definitely more of a higher class Mariota. You know what I mean? Definitely had the options, but just made better decisions. You know, but if he had that escapability. So, but I love Tannehill's confidence, man. So we just got to keep him upright and keep him getting that ball out quicker. I would like to see. If it's not you playing, you know, running back and, you know, on Sunday, I'd like to see Darrington Evans get involved. You know what I mean? Right. Just in our screen game, hitting those flats. The dude's got some wheels, and he's got some moves, and he's definitely got some speed to make things happen. So hopefully we get him involved, just especially for those check down plays. You know, when that first read's not there, you know, hit that check down. You know, in the screen game. On defense. Who do you feel is going to be our two-tone player of the game, D Weez?
On defense?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Adoree this week.
Adoree?
I'm going to go to Adoree. Like I was saying last night, he's putting that Devontae Adams thing behind him. He's moving forward. I think Adoree shows. I think Adoree at least gets one pick off of Deshaun this week. At least one pick, has at least 8 tackles. I think he shows up this game. I think he locks down Cooks. And I think that we're going to roll into the playoffs with some good defensive momentum, because we definitely need some defensive momentum to complement that offense. So,
if I'm Vrabel and Shane Bowen, I'm putting Malcolm Butler on Cooks from start to finish. You
putting Butler on Cooks. You like that physical presence, huh?
I do. I like that trash talking physical presence, you know, and definitely you know, can back it up. Even though he gets, you know, toasted and roasted a lot of times, but for the majority of it, he's been our defensive player of the year, if you ask me. So I'm going to give two-tone player of the game on defense. I'm going to give it to my prediction is going to be Malcolm Butler. Harrison, what about you, my man? What about you?
Man, I'm gonna go out on a limb on this one. I'm gonna say Wyatt Ray. So
Wyatt Ray?
He had to fill in, and the Packers, our linebacker corps was a little scarce against the Packers this past week.
Right.
He got our only sack on Aaron Rodgers. He had a couple tackles lost, I think. 8 solo. I can't remember exactly what, but that's what we need. We need somebody that's going to be able to get after the quarterback. So I think I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Wyatt Ray.
Right. Hey man, shout out to Wyatt Ray though. I mean, because he burst through that line on that play,
Yep.
He looked like Jadeveon Clowney, but he was sound. He was in technical form, and he was just focused, and he was able to to complete the sack. That's what we were lacking. You know what I mean? And for him to actually wrap up Aaron Rodgers, that was very impressive, man. So shout out to Wyatt Ray in that regard. I'm just glad neither one of you said Brooks Reed.
He's a beast, man.
Brooks Reed is not a beast, man. He's a waste of space on our team, man. he just didn't fit in out there on the field, man. And how about Matt Dickerson getting just trucked by A.J. Dillon? You guys see that?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh.
Boy,
if you didn't know who A.J. Dillon was before our game, you do now, huh?
Right.
Jeez. Who is this guy? Jeez. Like Corey Dillon? Is that Corey Dillon from back in the day? No, it's AJ.
AJ, man.
I was like, man.
So, guys, so we were just talking about like how we're going to contain, this high powered, talented quarterback that they have in Deshaun Watson. How often do we blitz, or should we blitz at all? What are your thoughts, Harrison?
I think we actually picked up the blitz a little bit more against Green Bay. So I'd like to see us do a little bit more of that. Let's put some pressure on Deshaun Watson. I mean, their offensive line isn't that great. I'd like to see us get some pressure on him. Let's see what he can do. Now that we've got I'm not sure if Christian Fulton is going to be back for this game or not. But now, this is Adoree's second game back. I think he's kind of getting adjusted to the game speed. I think our secondary with having him back, that's a huge boost. We can really start, instead of playing zone, we can play a lot more man. Malcolm Butler's having a great year. So I would like to see us man up on the outside, and let's get after the quarterback.
For sure. Yeah, with a couple of disguised blitz. I know that we did have some success, when we did blitz, whether it was throwing Aaron Rodgers off his rhythm, or just, making him scramble and just, get outside the confines of what they wanted to do to us. So I'm in full agreement with you. We got to definitely send that blitz package out there. Send it often too. This has got to be a game where we leave it all out on the field. Take risk and be fearless out there. Another thing too, I felt like when we played against Green Bay, we just were mentally dead. We just weren't prepared mentally. And we just they had the mental edge over us. They were talking smack. They had high energy. They were just having fun against us, and we were out there just depleted from energy from start to finish. So we definitely got to come into this game, week 17, opposite of how we approached week 16. Go out there and just with that mentality, we got to make sure every player in that locker room, whether it's in their AirPods, their headphones, or whether it's coming through the speakers, make sure they're listening to Harrison Wells, Tighten It Up. Make sure you tighten up. Make sure you play that song, because that song gets us hyped just as fanatics. So make sure all 53 men on that roster, including the coaches, make sure you listen to that song, because it's definitely the epitome of how we got to approach this game.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Hey, real quick, folks, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Two Tone Zone, and please share the video, hit that like button, and thank you so much. It looks like we just hit 308 subscribers, which is phenomenal. So thank you so much for showing love and support and tuning in and just being consistent. And folks, if you have any feedback, please let us know in the comments. We're trying to get better and make sure that we're just embracing this Titans community with fun, factual knowledge. So the show's nothing without you guys. So thank you so much. Also, shout out to our brothers over at Infinite Sports Network. Want to give a shout out to Gridiron Blitz. Give a shout out to Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike. We have Troxel Sports Talk, Noble Sports ENT, Mark Armour's Forum, and Let's Talk Lions. So just want to give a shout out to all of our brothers over at Infinite Sports Network.
ISN proud.
ISN proud for sure. And I don't know if you tuned in last night, Harrison, but we had like a 3-hour show. We were on Tennessee Titans Weekly last night. It was an all hands on deck episode. It's a Tennessee Titans Weekly show. We had Mark from Titan Up Low. We had Big Blue Enforcer from Titans in Truth, K Moore Sports, and us. I don't know if you had a chance to go check that out, but if you do, go check out and subscribe to all those other YouTube channels, man. They're bringing fire consistently. Yeah, and those are the reasons why we started our show. They inspired us. So shout out to all those brothers over there for sure. Let's get into predictions on the game. We like to predict the score every week. So as always, we always go with the Titans, of course. I guess I'll start it off. I think this game is going to be I think 42-17 Titans. What about you, D Weez?
Oh man, it's gonna be tough. I think the last one was 36-42. Oh, there could be a lot of adjustments made. Maybe we play a little bit more conservative. Maybe they play a little bit. Maybe they play a little bit more conservative. I don't know. It could be a low scoring game or a high scoring game. I'm gonna go with 38-24.
38-24. I got you. Okay. What about you, Harrison?
I'm gonna say 38-28.
38-28. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Sean Watson with a garbage time touchdown.
Oh man.
Just playing for stats now.
Right.
Hey, so it sounds like you're expecting us to kick some field goals, man. So Sam Sloman's probably gonna be our field goal kicker this game. Being that Gostkowski, is on that COVID-19 list. But on a brighter note, Brett Kern is expected to play on Sunday.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, that's definitely great news. So I was just reading that earlier. He's definitely expected to play. And it's crazy, like, how important your special teams unit really is. Folks really don't pay attention to it, but you've got to have a solid special teams coach and a special teams unit. Guys that are going to go in there and execute, even though, you're not the guy getting all the credit or getting all the attention. But if you miss that field goal, you're definitely going to get that attention.
Look at the Colts game at Nissan this year, that second half where we switched punters and missed some field goals and block punt led to another touchdown. Like, it's just people don't understand special teams it can be the backbone.
For sure. Yeah, that game, man, it was just like one thing after another.
Yeah.
We just couldn't get right that entire game. So I'm glad that we're not going to see Trevor Daniel this weekend. I'm glad we're not going to see him.
Yeah. I don't want to see him again at all. Brett Kern's my guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is for sure, man. Absolutely. What was I gonna? I had another thing I wanted to bring up here real quick. So we've been talking about defensive coordinators and us, not having a defensive coordinator assigned. It's just like, is it Jim Haslett? Is it Shane Bowen? Is it Vrabel? Do you think it's possible that Dean Pease comes back just for the playoffs? Do you think it's possible? I mean, there's been rumors, there's been rumblings of him potentially might wanting to come back. Do you think it's possible? Harrison, I'll start with you.
I would love to see it happen. I mean, what better way, come back for the playoffs. You know the scheme already. Like, let's make another run at it. I know he's in retirement. I've heard the rumors. I don't know if there's any sort of like contract negotiator or whatever all that entails, like the details of that on bringing him back. But man, we need somebody dedicated to that defense. Like, nothing against Vrabel, nothing against the guys calling the plays, but if you take a look at last year and then take a look at this year, just us and how we're disguising our defense, disguising our blitzes. I feel like quarterbacks, almost every quarterback, regardless of how our injuries to our secondary, have been throwing over for 300 yards every game. We're not doing a good job at disguising blitzes. Like, and last year we were awesome at that. So I would love to see him come back for a playoff run. Right.
Yeah, me too, man. Him having that heart attack, when we played the Colts that one game, I'm sure that scared the bejeebers out of him and his wife. And, it's just, tomorrow is not promised. You know what I mean? And
right.
I think he's more concerned about spending time with his wife and his family, man. So, whatever it is, I have faith in our franchise that we're going to figure it out. I'm not going to sit here and point fingers at one person or blame somebody. It's a team effort. And so I think we'll get it together. Hopefully we're playing through February this year and our defense can get it together. But if our offense is playing high powered, man, I think we can go toe to toe with the best of them. But having that complement on defense is definitely key.
Right.
Especially, we like to believe here on Two Tone Zone that, this is a four phase game. We have defense, special teams, offense, and coaching. So there's definitely needs to be leadership established within that defense and in that locker room, and putting guys in position to be successful. Guys like Kevin Byard, and Kenny Vaccaro. Like these guys need to go out there and do their jobs, and they can't do their jobs when they're having to pick up the slack of some younger players or just some guys that just don't know where to be. I am grateful for David Long Jr., and I'm sure you guys are too. He's came in and been almost a saving grace for us and almost a breath of fresh air. Being a solid linebacker in that core that we got. What are your thoughts on Rashawn Evans, Harrison?
He's played well. I think he can play a lot better. Right. I don't think he's really reached his maximum potential yet. When he was at Alabama, just locked down in the trenches, at middle linebacker. So I would like to see him start playing to his potential. He's really got to pick up some slack with Jayon done for the year. We've had some guys come in and fill in. It's been great, but I'd love to see him be that leader out there.
Right. Him and Jayon were such a great compliment to each other last year, weren't they? Like, yes. They were like fire and ice, like the Bash brothers from the Mighty Ducks. You know what I mean? Like those guys were out there just teaming up on cats, man. Yep. I'll take high, you take low. And that's what we've been missing. And Jayon Brown being injured, man, that was a devastating blow to our defense. Huge. I have a lot of faith in Rashawn Evans, and folks that watch this show that they know I do too. I have a lot of love for him because I think he's a phenomenal football player. I think his mistakes come within his mentality. You know what I mean? Like I think he has a couple screws loose up top, and I think he loves football to the point where he's willing to fight and die for it. And I feel like that's where he needs to balance out the two. But I definitely have a lot of respect for him and what he does and what he brings to our defense. He's got 92 tackles on the year. Yes. So he's definitely going out there making things happen. So I just think once he cleans those things up, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the NFL. What about you, D Weez?
Oh, that's your boy, man.
That is my boy.
That's your boy. So I back it, man. I think he still got that Alabama mentality, man. He's been one of the best since high school, since college, and I believe he can be one of the best in the league right now. So we just got to tune in with that defense. Our defense just needs to come together and pick up some momentum. And like you said, we need a guy hitting high and guy at the low at the same time. You want to know you out there got your brother's back. So
right,
we got your back out here.
Right,
we got your back. But yeah, definitely. Let's get it going. Let's serve.
How I guess I want to say, are you concerned about Jeff Simmons moving forward? Gentlemen, are you concerned with it? Because he's got what does he have right now? He's got 3 sacks, 49 tackles on the year, but lately he seems like he's been non-existent on the field, man. Harrison, I'll start with you because a lot of folks were high on Jeffrey Simmons.
I still got a lot of faith in Big Jeff. I think defenses are starting to scheme against him and team up, knowing that on the outside on DN is where we lack. So they're leaving those tackles 1-on-1 and double teaming up, on him in the middle. So I think if we can make some moves in the offseason and in the draft and get some speed at defensive end that where he can start getting in more 1-on-1 matchups, I think he could definitely be a force to be reckoned with. I think he was still in the draft.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think he's a little heavy. I think he needs to work on his body mass. I think I feel if he sheds a little bit of weight, it's going to allow him to be faster. And allow him
be quicker.
To be sustainable throughout the season. Because right now, he's dealing with I want him to be a little quicker. And that's why I was like, I wasn't fully on board when we got rid of Jarrell Casey, because what he brought to our defense as far as leadership goes and his sack numbers. But I was disappointed with his physicality, his appearance. I want to be in tip-top shape. If I'm the physical one, one of the physical trainers part of.
Oh, Two-Tone, you there? You might have cut off for a minute. Oh, there he is. But no, hey, speaking on that though, I mean, I like my tackles with a little bit extra weight on them. You know, I like my guys have a little bit of that. You know,
Right.
a little extra on the side.
I mean,
you know,
I get it, but I'm just saying, I'm not asking.
everybody
I'm not asking
can't
him
be
to lose,
DK
20,
Metcalf,
25
dude.
pounds,
Right?
but just shed a little bit.
Like an Aaron Donald, you know, look at Aaron
Man.
Donald.
Oh
Hey,
man,
I don't know. I just think he
Monster.
just if he's gonna extend his career and have an extensive career, I feel like he's gonna have to make some business decisions, and I think his physicality might be one of them. Just me, if I'm his age, I mean, but what do I know? I'm just Mr. Two Tone for the Two Tone Zone. What do I know? Right. Hey, so as always, we want to make sure we are sharpening our Tennessee Titan knowledge here. So we're gonna hit Mr. Harrison Wells with the two-tone trivia. So D Weez, I'll go ahead and let you take over that, my man.
Let's get it. Hey, time for that two-tone quiz. Hey, two-tone, you in it too. Don't forget, you in it too. All right, Harrison, I got 3 questions.
All right.
I got
Let's
3
go.
questions. I got two of the questions. They got 4 options. One of the questions is either or. All right.
All right.
All right. So the Titans and Texans. This is just Titans and Texans history. This is between Titans and Texans, nothing else. All right. So the overall times the Titans and Texans have played has been 37 times. What is the Titans' record against the Texans? Is it 25-12, 16-21, 20-17, or 24-13?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say 16-21. Because they've had our number a couple of I've seen a couple times.
I'm gonna go 20-17. But real quick, let me give a shout out to our brother Titan Anderson, man. He's in the building, man. Thanks for showing
What
up,
up, TA? What's up, dog?
Yep. Make sure you go subscribe to TA if you haven't already, man. He's the Titan OG, man. Titan YouTuber OG, man. So shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in, my brother. Thanks a lot. All right, let's get back to biz, man. Let's get back to biz. So I said 20-17, and he said 16 and what? 21?
21?
Okay. All right. Let's give it to it. Give it to us, man. Give it to us.
20-17. Titans got their number 3 times now.
Hey.
So 20-17. 2017.
I'm okay with being wrong with that one. I'm okay.
Okay, now speaking about the overall times that they've played, which team has scored the most points? The Titans or the Texans?
So it's
Just who scored the most
Either or,
points over 37 meetings? Who has scored the most points?
I mean, I'm gonna go with us.
The Titans, right?
We gotta score more points to win the game. I'm gonna go with us. I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Two-tone, you going with Titans too?
Right. That's what I was saying.
It's the Texans.
Really?
800. They scored 879.
Absolutely.
879 points, and the Titans have scored 778 points.
Sheesh.
How is that possible?
All right, last question.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
All
Man.
All right,
last question.
All right,
I'm gonna fact check you on that one, man. I might have to hit you up a little later, man.
Please do. Fact checks for sure. All right, so last question. Our last meeting, October 18th, 2020. How many touchdowns did both quarterbacks throw for? Was it 6, 8, 9, or 7?
Hey, read the question again. You was breaking up a little bit.
How many total throwing touchdowns, did each quarterback have in the last meeting between each other on October 18th? How many total touchdowns were thrown in that game?
How many each by each quarterback, or how many total?
How many total?
Okay.
It's gonna be 6, 8, 9, or 7.
We'll go with 8.
Two-tone.
Mm. I'm gonna go with 9, D Weez.
You gonna go 9? It's 8.
Hey,
4 and
I'm gonna go
4.
with 9.
Hey, Tannehill threw 4. Watson threw 4. A total of 8 passing touchdowns
Oh,
last game.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Right
Yes,
on,
sir.
right on.
Yes, sir.
Hey, throw another. Hey,
I can't hear you. What you say? You want one more?
hey, I'm feeling one more question though. Go ahead and throw another one at us, D Weez. Cook one up.
All right, I'm gonna. Well, this one's for Harrison because you already heard this question from last night.
Okay.
All right. In the matchup versus the Texans last year on December 29th, 2019. So this is last year. Last year, a year ago. How many touchdowns did Derrick Henry have? Was it 4, 2, 3, or 1?
3.
With the confidence, you got it. That's it. That's it, baby. Let's go. He said with the confidence, let's go. He said, don't even give me the option.
Right on,
3,
man.
bro. 3. Dang. Let's go.
Real Titan fan in the building right now. I love it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I want to read this. Comment from TA real quick. It says, "Shout out to you guys for what you guys are doing for this team. You guys are killing it right now." Hey, TA, man, salute to you, my guy. Definitely, man. Definitely, you're one of the inspirations that helped us get all this going, my man, and we appreciate that, big time for sure. Let's see here. Wanted to pivot just a little bit, as far as week 17 goes. So. It's very important. So we were talking about playing with high energy from start to finish. So if you're Vrabel, what do you tell Kevin Byard? Do you tell him to defer, or are we receiving the ball first? What do we do?
Ooh.
Mr. Wells.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Mr. Wells. Tell us what you think.
I'll say we take the ball. This high, we number 1 scoring offense in the league. Let's get the ball first and let's go.
Yes.
Right.
Ain't holding back.
For sure, man.
Let's learn from not taking it versus Green Bay.
Right.
Let's learn from that. Everything's a learning experience. Learn from that. Let's make it better. Take the ball, go down there, pound it in with Henry. We got to set the tone.
Exactly.
We can't let other teams set the tone. We got to set the tone ourselves.
Right.
Like whichever side is the strongest side of the ball, you put on the field first to set the tone. Whether it's your defense or your offense. For us, it's certainly offense. So let's put them out first. Let them set the tone.
Exactly.
Right. If you had any advice to give to the defense right now, if you're going in there, besides playing your song "Tighten Up," what would you do to hype our defense up? Like, what do you tell them? What is your pregame speech going into that locker room?
Be about all the division, man. Like we had won it. Most of those guys on that team weren't even a part of that team that won it back in 2008.
Exactly.
Right.
So I would let that be the motivation. Hey guys, we got an opportunity at hand to go out here and win most of y'all's first division title with this team.
Exactly.
I got you. D Weez, what about you, man? What about you?
Hey, same thing. This is kind of our own little championship right here. We could take the AFC South right now. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it last week. We could have got it last week versus the Packers, but hey, we got to, we got to put the chin straps back on. Let's go in there. Let's take an AFC South championship. And it's been 12 years, like my man Mr. Wells was saying. It's been 12 years. We can't wait. We can't wait that long. It's time. We got the king now. We got receivers. We got Tannehill. Our defense is lacking, but hey, man, our offense, like you said, high-powered offense, number one offense in the league. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, if I'm the coach going into that locker room, man, if I'm Shane Bowen, Jim Haslett, or Vrabel, whoever it is, if I'm talking to my defense, I'm telling them, like, leadership is about making sacrifices. Are you willing to die for the man next to you? And I'm not talking about literally, you know what I mean? I'm just talking about just being there for your teammate, man, being there for your brother.
Leave it on the field.
Play with a pride, leaving it all on the field, having fun. Yeah. But mostly it's just about playing with that confidence, with that ability that that you are the better team on the field, and that whatever you do, You know, it's all going to be within the confines of the game. It's all going to be smart, but you're going to leave it all out in the field, and you're going to have fun, and you're going to be. And everybody needs to step up to the approach where I'm going to be a leader. So, and by doing that, it's leading by example. So, taking accountability and leading by example. That's going to be the key.
And we still don't have a guaranteed playoff spot.
Nope.
So that's most important on my mind is we got to advance, you know, to the next round. We got to make sure we get in there and win the AFC South championship.
So with that being said, with you just saying that we're not even guaranteed a playoff spot. So if the Texans defeat us, you know, and we're not gonna be in the playoffs. If Miami defeats the Bills, we won't be in the playoffs. You know, in that regard. If the Ravens beat the Bengals, you know, we definitely don't have a playoff spot. And if Indianapolis defeats the Jaguars, you know, we're definitely screwed across the board. So as K Moore was saying, that's more like a doomsday scenario. But you know, let's play the cards right, and let's play it to the best of our ability. Let's play big Titan football, not little Titan football, man. This is the big leagues, and we got to come out there and just bring the havoc and be sound on every down. Defense, get off the field and give our offense more opportunities to score and to put the icing on the cake. You know, focus on the meat and potatoes first. Focus on the entree and all the accolades and everything else. That's only dessert. You know what I mean?
I need Denzel Washington to come in the locker room at halftime. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, put that man on speakerphone. We got Denzel on the phone, boys. Hold on.
Or Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday, man. He has some great pregame speeches, man.
Hey, on pass rushes, man. We might need Bobby Boucher to step in.
Hey, y'all remember the time Bobby Boucher came in the Bourbon Bowl?
Hey.
Oh man. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Just show them what Bobby Boucher football is all about, man. Mud dog football. That's funny, man. That's funny. But yeah, man, we just gotta go. Just take care of business. You know, go in there with our briefcase. You know, set up shop. You know, make sure we're doing what we do. Be the dictators on the field. Be the aggressors. And just be tenacious, man. You know, put our foot on their necks the whole entire game and don't let off. You know, until they're.
That's right.
Until they're done, man. So, but that about wraps this show up, guys. I mean, I appreciate for all the folks who tuned in, but I want to give Harrison Wells another opportunity to go ahead and tell folks where to find him at, whether that's, you know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Just go ahead and let us know where we can find you, your platforms, my man.
Yeah, man. Again, appreciate y'all having me on. You know, I hope we come up with a big win on Sunday and solidify ourselves in the playoffs. But yeah, you know, you guys check me out on Instagram. It's Harrison Wells _ as well as Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. It's all Harrison Wells. Definitely check out, if you haven't already, the Tighten Up track, as well as the music video on YouTube.
Yep.
And as well as new music coming out. You know, we just released TikTok, and we got a music video for that in the works, set to release sometime early next year. So,
hey man, that song's hot, by the way, man. That song's hot, by the way.
I appreciate it, man.
I love that song, man. Yeah, he's got some other songs too outside of TikTok and Tighten Up. He's got Fall Away and On My Mind too. So go check him out on Spotify, man. He's definitely a talented artist. You know, business minded as well, and definitely a team first kind of guy, man. So thank you so much for blessing this show with your presence, Mr. Wells, man. It's been a pleasure.
We appreciate you, bro.
Shout out to all of our Titans YouTube family. Shout out to all our brothers at Infinite Sports Network. They gave us the opportunity to be a part of their network, and you know, just giving us another platform to hang our hats on, to be proud of. So definitely ISN proud. Thanks to all of our subscribers. You know, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Share, like the video. We're just trying to grow and just bring that heat each time we come on air. So shout out to y'all, and shout out to the Two Tone Zone. We will be having merch coming soon. This is a prototype Two Tone Zone hat. There are going to be some custom options as well. So we'll definitely make sure that you get one, Mr. Wells. Definitely make sure you get one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
Hey, love.
Right. Hey man, and this is our last show for the 2020.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody, man. Hey. Please stay safe, stay healthy, man, and just and be selfless, man. You know, take time to reach back and, you know, and try to help one another. If you see somebody in need, man, do what you got to do. Let your conscience set in and just be that helping hand, y'all. So we appreciate y'all. God bless you. Thank you for tuning into the Two Tone Zone, and we're out, man. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Mr. Wells. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.